What is up, guys? This is the Gothic Kitten, and today we're continuing our Gothic 2 Let's Play. So last time I said we were going to talk to Cavalorn, so we're going to do that right now.
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
We never begged for arrows. We stole from you, though.
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
I have no clue. Oh yeah, Zardos told us to go to the city.
To the city.
Well, to the city, eh? You may run into problems with the guards. They aren't letting just anyone in anymore, since the area here is swarming with bandits. In the past few days, one of those former psionics from the Valley of Mines came by here. He said he constantly goes in and out of Corinus. He went into the valley below the big tower. There must be a way in there somewhere near the waterfall. Maybe you should talk to the fellow.
Already did.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the water mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damned bandits, I wouldn't be here.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the water mages in Corinus. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the water mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
What are the water mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Corinus.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes, they beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, you surely haven't held a proper sword in your hand for weeks. Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So, pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure, give 'em here.
Now we're not going to go to them straight away. I'm going to see what they have to say, if they have anything to say. And else they'll probably kill me, so maybe I should say first. Oh, they're literally down the road. How have they not noticed that he's standing up? That he's still alive?
Hey, where do you come from?
I've come from the mountains.
Exactly. You come from the mountains, and that is bad for you. Very bad. They're looking for you. A whole bunch of evil guys. There's someone here you absolutely have to talk to. Follow me.
They're bandits, so they're probably gonna rob me.
Who's looking for me?
Half of Carinus is after you, and you're trying to tell me that you don't know anything about it? Ah, I see. You just don't want to talk to me about it, hmm? All right, it's your business. So, are you coming or not?
Just keep on asking questions, avoid going up there.
Who should I talk to?
To my leader. His name is Brago. He can explain everything to you better than I can. So, what about it? Are we going?
How do I know this isn't a trap?
You know, I'm getting tired of you. If you don't want my help, then just go to the city and let them put you behind bars. You come with me now or forget about it, see?
Easy, my friend. Someone else already tried to trick me.
Oh?
This guy suggested that we should get an amulet together and share the profit. Once we reached our goal, he and his friends attacked me.
It sounds as though they got you involved with the wrong people. Where was that?
We actually remember this from the first Gothic game. It was... I'm trying to remember his name. Was it? It wasn't Graham, because he was with the maps. But something like that. And he actually literally did what we said. So that's a little throwback to Gothic 1. Now these guys are bandits. So we're just gonna play clean.
I was a convict in the mining colony.
You come from behind the barrier? Man, then we were there together.
I don't know you.
I was a digger in the old camp. I didn't have much to do with the whole thing. But what is more important now is you are in big trouble. Someone has put a pretty price on your head, and he's handed out a few posters with your mug on them. If I were you, then I would be very, very careful. There are people with us who would kill their own mother for gold. But I think we boys from the penal colony ought to stick together.
Then I guess I better thank you now.
It's nothing. Just make sure you stay alive.
That's what we're trying to do.
Who's the fella who pays the bounty?
That I don't know. There's only one of us who knows him.
And who would that be?
Hey man, I can't really tell you that. You know how it goes.
Do we have 10 gold pieces? I don't know.
10 gold pieces for the name of the guy who raised the bounty.
Oh man, I really can't do that.
Spit it out already.
Oh man, all right. His name is Dexter. Near the big farm, there's a steep rock. There's a watchtower up there, and a few mines. He has his hideout somewhere nearby.
See? That wasn't so hard. Here's your gold.
And just don't tell him who told you.
Darn it, we did. If you don't have the gold, I think he just says like, oh, I don't actually have the gold. And then he's like, oh, well, my bad.
Can I have the picture?
Sure. After all, it's your mug on there.
There's bound to be a lot of trouble here before long.
What's up?
A guy named Cavalorn is coming to get you.
Rats, he's still alive. I'm out of here.
Bye. I'm trying to see. Okay, I guess they can't see him. Well, they do if they just walk, like, just a tad further. And I guess we're gonna rough it up with those guys, but I don't think I'm gonna be any help. Now, we did get this wolf knife, which is a lot more damage. However, the range is so much less, so I don't know if it's gonna be good to use it, but we're gonna try.
Hey,
Let's do this.
let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
Because I'm just thinking loot at this point. Maybe a better weapon? Even though this one's good, but it's gonna be horrible against, like, wildlife. It's also getting night. Maybe we can sleep here.
You shouldn't have come here.
Oh, and we get the XP too. Nice.
You deserve that, lowlife.
You're already done?
So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later... I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the Temple of Adanos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
It's the most random thing ever, but okay. Can you teach me?
Can you teach me something?
Sure. You know that. Man, they really took a lot out of you. You can't remember anything at all, can you?
I want to learn your abilities.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Yes, there's a sneak option. I don't know if you're actually already leveled.
With soft souls, you have a better chance of getting close to your opponents without them noticing.
Okay, so that's great. We're gonna stick with that for now. I don't know if that was a good idea, but we'll do it. Message. We'll check that message out in a minute. Okay, so dexterity. We want dexterity. I'm so happy we already found a rapier. Or whatever weapon it is that they have. Arrows and a bow. Nice, nice. That's that. Okay. So we're level 1. We still have 5 learning points, and we have extra strength from the belt that we're wearing. I don't know if it was a good move to learn sneak already, but we did it anyway. We'll have to see how that goes. Because there is a difference between Gothic 1 and Gothic 2 in that sense that the higher you go in skills, how do I explain this? Like, I think starting from 25, you have to pay 2 learning points per point you go up. So what I usually do, and this is a little insider trick, is I would go, for instance, to 24 and then learn 5. Then you get 4 points extra, still with 1 learning point per skill point. Obviously, after that, it will be 2 again, but... Now, what weapons? This one, but I do not have the dexterity. That's a pity, because that's a good weapon. But we'll get there. Because he's still there, right? So maybe if I get another level, I can up my dexterity a little bit still, if I run back. We're gonna do this later, but you can actually, you got 50 XP for telling him and he ran away. Now you can still kill him on your own, because I don't see the point of him still being here later. And that gives you an additional 50 experience points, so that's great. I was hoping for a more ranged weapon than this wolf's knives though, but... Another healing plant. Still contemplating what we're gonna do. As per how we're gonna get into the city, we've gotten a few explanations already. We've gotten the thing about the herbalism. That if we have 10 plants of the same kind, that they will let us in for Constantino. Okay, this is a Shrine of Enos. So we saw a Shrine of Beliar before. I think this does the exact same thing. I actually don't know if it also takes, like, life points. Let's see. No, this takes gold. So you can pray, and I'm gonna assume it's gonna give you some random perks. Gotta write down to look all this stuff up.
Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
Well, thank you.
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Let's start with this one.
I know the hideout of the bandits.
Do you want to attack them? Count me out. It's much too dangerous. Besides, I have to watch over my sheep. But if you think you can get the riffraff off our backs, the whole farm would be very grateful to you.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
Nice, we got some wine.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
Okay, thank you.
There's another of those scummy beasts.
What?
One
didn't
less
get the
monster
XP.
around.
Got the meat though. And the sheep just flew away. So I'm gonna assume that's Lobart. Yes.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
Just, I have no clue.
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
Well, he's a peasant, so let's stick with this one.
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinthus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice. But I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. And that's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
First get the turnips in from the field. Then we'll see.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, getting the clothes is financially more interesting. And I think you need 20 turnips. So if you want to keep some turnips for yourself, you should grab get 20, I think, maybe 15. I don't remember. I'll have to look how much the total is. Else he's gonna be like, well, you're trying to scam me. But if it's a certain amount, he's like, okay, that's fine. And then you can come pick the other ones. Because if you already have all of them, like I'm gonna do right now, he's gonna take the whole bunch. Let's see how much we already have. Turnips. Where are the turnips? Oh, right here. So yeah, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be 20. So if you want to keep some of these turnips for yourself, just grab 20 and bring them to him. And he'll accept that amount.
Hey, you! Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
Well, I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. But you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
So the key is going to be to get the price as low as possible by doing chores for everyone. Now, I think the lowest you can get the price is 30 gold pieces, which is not that bad. Okay, is there anything here I can take? Seems like there's something between these hay bales. There we go. Thank you. Now we have to keep in mind we also have to be able to pay for the 30 gold pieces to actually get the clothing. Get all the plants. Yeah, I need acrobatics. I don't even know where you can learn it here. And if you can learn it here, to be honest. I think maybe if somewhere, it's gonna be the Thieves Guild. Where you probably also could have learned sneak, but it's fine. So he told us to go talk to his wife. I guess we already did the thing for Malith. Because we defeated the bandits.
Hey, you! I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
You don't know me, lady, but sure.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Strikes me as so odd, because these people don't seem to have a lot, and then they still just give you the money and trust you to go do the thing that they asked you to do. Okay, there's some guys standing in the field here. Let's go talk to them too. Before we go to the road and look for the traveling merchant. Farmer. There's a dude over there. Vino.
And how goes the work?
Well, same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
I heard someone pull their sword, but I don't know what's up.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink, fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
Vino asking for wine, that's something. Now Mallet just gave us wine, so that's handy.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh? Who cares? Well, thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Okay, so now we have to, okay, the road's over there. And there's a person. And I see a scroll. I think that's a healing scroll. What's there to be seen around here? Because we skipped this part because we went to the, oh lord. Like I said, I don't know how well this thing is gonna go. It's not horrible, but I guess it depends on what kind of creature you're fighting. I love that the goblins have, like, items now. Get it. 2 wolves. We found some arrows, so this is a good option. If I actually hit them. Okay, we did. Nice. That took quite some arrows. We have 11 left, and I see some blood flies. Now, I don't know. Let's see first. They're small, so we should be able to take them. Do not hit the sheep, though. 9, 8. Oh. Okay, never mind.
Nothing
Okay, so we
bad
did
there.
We cannot loot them apparently, though, so that's a pity. Is there anything else over here? Except that blue elder over there, I think not. Canthar.
Who do
Do
we
you have
have here?
pants?
You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
Being?
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
There must be a catch to this.
No catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
How will you get into town?
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
You seem super sketchy, but I'm still gonna do it.
Sure. Give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city. And it wouldn't go well for you. Believe me.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Now what we actually came for is a pen. What else do you have? Amulet and some wine. So if you didn't have the wine yet, you could have totally gotten it from here. Let's make some money, shall we? So all of these, you can have this too. We're gonna keep the rest for now.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
So now we have a pen for the wife. We give wine to the one dude. We'll go see with Lobarth if that is enough for him.
Hey, you! Can you give me something to eat?
You've had your portion for today. Come back later.
Well, that's not fair. Here's your pan.
Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Well, I mean, it's a pan, lady. And okay, I grant there are better pans and worse pans, but still.
Hey, you! Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. But you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
Already did that, though.
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then?
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying something. He doesn't usually hold with day laborers. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. The bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 30 gold pieces. It's not gonna get any cheaper.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find clean things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
And he means that if you actually take something else and you pass him, he is gonna call you out for it and take the stuff back. So there's no point, really. So we come here. The workers' clothes, even though that gold and the apple is very tempting. You can keep the cheese. We can put it on, but as you will all see later, there is no point. Now let's see what's going on higher up here. Some sheep higher up in the pasture. Not much. Now I know we still have to be up there later, so we're not going to do that straight away. We can already see somewhat the outline of the city from here. And there's another person.
Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool, I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
This is a pirate. I am convinced the eye patch and the accent and the hat give it away.
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
Now you can try all of these. Actually, I don't know if the pass works. I don't think it does. I think the only one that works is this one.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmers' clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Now the beauty of this is we only paid 30, so we actually made 20 profit. And we all know that we have enough plants to pull off one of the other excuses. I'm gonna run out of arrows. Okay, good. Right, we can't loot these. Oh, that's a pity. Now in my brain I was already gonna run back to Cavalorin, but there's no point because he teaches bow and one-handed weapons, which is great and we're gonna get. However, that's not gonna help me wield the sword that we have. Now next time what we're gonna do is we're going to follow an unauthorized road into the city that actually gets you some extra XP points, but it's quite a hassle to do so. And then we're gonna come back out of the city and get in the normal way. Now there's several ways to get into the city without, you know, going past the guards, but this is the one that I've always used and I've always sticked with. The only issue with it is you have to run through an incredibly dangerous area. But after that, everything is well. So that's what we're going to do next time. I hope you had a great time, and I will see you next time on the Scratching Post.